Well, if I can bring you on a few years to your next album that you did as a solo artist, Song of Seven.
Yeah.
This was slightly different. I mean, is it correct that some of the material that ended up on Song of Seven was originally tried out for Yes while you were still working with them at that point?
Well, with Yes, I was always bringing ideas. It was a natural gift that I would be home with my Revox recorder and I'd write songs every day, right, like I do now. It's just the same idea that I just music without contemplating what it means or anything, just doing it and not thinking too hard. So I would take songs to the band and you get that feeling like, well, this isn't going to work because everybody gone for some tea or something like that. Oh, well, you know, and over the years, I never felt bad about it. I just thought, well, that didn't work. And I've got this other one, hold on, I figured this one. And you know, at that time, I was actually writing and composing. I'd gone through a basic composition period in my life on white notes when I wrote most of the structure, initial structure, not the music of Gates of Delirium. I played on piano to everybody. That was terrible. I know I couldn't play, but I just practiced this idea. And by the time the Song of Seven period came, I was into composition. So if you listen to the actual main track, it's a long form piece of music, an introductory theme and secondary theme. And then the song comes in. And then I feel like I'm on helium when I hear it now because I'm singing so high. And, but I'm so engrossed in the structure. So to me, it was still, to me in my mind, that's the kind of Yes music. The band Yes playing this music would have been great. But everybody was doing a lot of solo work at that time.
So you decided when you made Song of Seven, instead of playing everything yourself, you got other musicians involved with the recording of this album.
Yeah, yeah, it was a natural thing. At that time, I thought that I don't want to go through another Elias. It's too early. Maybe when I'm 70 years old, I'll do it. But so I just bumped into a couple of great musicians, and even Jack Bruce, I met at a session and got him to play on it. And I haven't got the list of the people that played on it. Was Ron, the keyboard player, a great friend of mine at that time. And, you know, he knew a couple of people, they come in, within an hour we've done the song, you know, we've done the basic for the song, and then I'll get on to another song. So you finish it with maybe 10 or 12 songs. And some are Born to Run, I'd written, which is a very simple song. And you get people playing on it, performing it. And by the time Song of Seven developed into an album, I sensed that this was the way to go, working with different musicians along the way. And it became part of my life that over the next 20, 30, 40 years, I've been working with so many different musicians thanks to the internet, because I work with people that I'd never met. That send me music, I sing a song, send it back. We do about 4 or 5 songs together, and they finish up on parts of an album. Or I'm actually making an album called Echo. Maybe I've got about 50 songs that I've written with people around the world, and I'm going to put it on this album called Echo. I don't know why it's called Echo, but it's just the idea that there's certain music that I can't place it anywhere, even though it's really wonderful music. And of course, I'm very blessed to have people that I've befriended on the internet who are very patient. It's like, you know, like, for instance, 1,000 Hands took 30 years to release because of a different game of toll. But the idea of, in the Song of Seven, was to create something that I could actually perform with the band of musicians, which I actually did. I think it was the animation tour. And I remember my playing at the Albert Hall and my daughter coming on and singing with me. And it was very magical. I didn't really never been interested in critics. Never been. I don't make music for critics. You know, if they want to criticize me, fine. If they want to love me, fine. I don't care. So just to go on stage and perform that music and some classic Yes things, of course, was kind of very magical in my career. That I said I'm just going to do it with the musicians that I've met, and they're all good, and we'll make it work. That's the way life is. You know, you got to make it work.
Yeah, because Song of Seven covered a lot more different musical styles as well. It was, dare I say, a little bit more, perhaps using the term commercial to some extent.
You know, one of my favorite ones is Take Your Time. It's so relaxed because the energy in Yes was so management, money. The record company, oh, you got to make another hit record, like roundabout. Oh, why are you doing close to the edge? Crap, you know. You just have people around you, no idea what to do as an artist, as a group of musicians, just banging on the door for more money. And I just said, take your time, you know. Then the song is Take Your Time.
Yeah.
And Some Are Born to Run, the record company exec came back and said, that's a hit record, you know, why don't you reproduce it like a hit record? And I thought it was pretty good. What would you do? I said, well, you know, I don't know. You know, they always say, make it sound more like a pop record. And I said, I don't know how to do that. I've never been able to do that in my life.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's not my cup of tea.
Yes. Yeah. So, John, you're obviously still very busy at the moment. So you've got a lot of projects on the go. So do you have any plans, you know, COVID permitting, at some point to return to the concert stage in the future if things change?
If things change, yeah, but who knows what's going to happen? This thing has been brought to us by our lack of love for our home. Our home is Mother Earth, actually, and we don't treat it well, and deforestation creates animals and insects getting together where they shouldn't be, because they're being pushed together in small clumps of areas because deforestation has taken away their home. And it's not helping the sun is our power. The power of the sun is enormous and incredible. And, the whole idea of solar energy, we're 50 years behind. We should be doing it now. So in some ways, the whole feeling of touring again is very, very far, far away in my mind. We were going to tour this 1,000 Hands and I was going to go on tour with some young teenagers from the Academy of Rock, which are like 14, 15, 16-year-old kids out of, I think it's the Boston area or New York area, which is run by Paul Green, a good friend of mine who created School of Rock in 1998, I think, and they made a movie about him. So I've kept up friendship with him, and I was writing 2 songs for his people yesterday. So the idea of where we're going next year in touring, to be honest, nobody knows. It's very up in the air, but creativity will always be there. So I'm very excited about a lot of things that are happening in the songs. I've been working on some music this past 6 months since we went into quarantine, and I haven't stopped, and I'm still working every day now. I'm very happy.
Excellent. Finally, can I ask you, how do you feel when you look back on albums that were released, 45 years ago? People are still talking about the stuff you did then. How do you view it?
Well, I released some music a few months ago called 4 Movements on my Facebook. It's called Joyfulness, Thoughtfulness, Hopefulness, Creativityness. It's not really gratefulness, sort of thing, 4 things like that, and just music. Yeah. And I just did that in 1 week before I went on my last tour, 1,000 Hands Band, last August. And when I got home, I listened to it again, and I said, "What the hell is this music? It's very, very surreal and beautiful." And and very interesting. Now, and I've been writing lyrics to it and melodies to it, orchestrating, thinking of it as a very large piece of music. So in some ways, without denigrating what's been happening in this world, this spacing time has given me a chance to evolve musically, and very excited about the music that's coming. And not just me, some great young musicians out there. As you know, I've said it many times, but my favorite one is Jacob Collier. He blows my mind all the time. Every time I've been listening to his latest project, his third album. You're like, what the hell? This guy's just too cool. And knowing that that's happening around the world, it's not one person, it's thousands of great musicians utilizing the computer and the modern world without record company executives and managers are trying to hustle you, just straightforward artists to people. And that is where we are now. And I'm very excited and grateful.
And you've clearly not lost any of your enthusiasm for creating music.
No. Just, again, very happy and thankful and grateful. I have a beautiful wife, Jane, and we've been together now 28 years nearly. I've got beautiful, my children have grown up so well. My youngest daughter, Jade, her husband, they have 3 boys, and my son is going to be always a very special, highly sort of crazy, wonderful guy. And my daughter, Deborah, who's done wonderful work with an amazing documentary called Women of the Buffalo. She went to live and spend time with Native Americans and indigenous people in Pine Ridge there in South Dakota, and created a remarkable piece of documentary video. It's probably going to be on Netflix pretty soon for people to realize that the only way forward, I wrote this on my Facebook, the only way forward in our evolvement as a human species is to understand that we are all one, and to ask for forgiveness to the indigenous people that we treated with such disrespect when they were just very, 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 very beautiful people, and still are very magical people, very close to Mother Earth. And the only way forward is to take care of Mother Earth. And on that note, I gotta go.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Jon. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wish you well. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.